Very good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News on Rajya Sabha Television. I am Aishwarya and these are the headlines. Cabinet considering a stiff punishment for those convicted of raping minors till 12 years of age. Centre works to amend Protection of Children from Sexual Offences or POSCO Act to include death penalty. Small dispute resolution mechanism necessary for promoting investment, says the Vice President at First National Conference on Online Dispute Resolution Mechanism, calls it a logical and natural step. President exhorts the civil servants to rededicate themselves to India's development. On the occasion of a Civil Services Day, Prime Minister to confer awards for excellence in public administration. Sushma Swaraj leaves for China to attend a Shanghai Cooperation Organization foreign ministers meet to meet her counterpart in Beijing as both the nations take forward attempts to reset ties strained post-Doklam standoff. And North Korea suspends all missile tests and shuts down a nuclear test site with immediate effect. Announcement ahead of Kim Jong-un's meeting with South Korean counterpart next week. US says move a big progress. Our top focus this afternoon, an ordinance to award a death penalty to those convicted of raping a child up to 12 years of age is likely to come up before the Union Cabinet that is meeting at this moment. The centre had on Friday informed the Supreme Court that it is actively considering amending the Protection of Children from Sexual Offences or the POSCO Act to introduce a death penalty to those convicted of sexually abusing children up to 12 years of age. The move comes following a public outcry for death penalty to such sexual offenders, including the assaulters of an 8-year-old girl who was gang raped and killed in Kathua district of Jammu and Kashmir recently. All right, let's get more details on this story. Ravindra Singh Shiran is now joining us for more details. Ravindra, after wrapping up his foreign trip, Prime Minister Modi is holding this urgent meeting of Union Cabinet. So what are the details you have about this moment that is on at the moment?
True, Aishwarya, it's quite an important and urgent meeting. The Prime Minister only came back from after Three Nations tour in the morning, and he has convened the meeting today of the Cabinet. The Cabinet is going to decide, which we are learning from our sources, is that the POSCO Act, which is the prevention of children from sexual offences, and an ordinance may come about this. The central government has also indicated in the Supreme Court yesterday that the government is considering a move to amend the POSCO Act, and also the sources in the Law Ministry, they have also been indicating that a draft is already reached them and they have approved the draft, that any rape which has been executed against 0 to 12 years of a minor, that criminal should be treated and a death penalty should be awarded to him. This is what they are going to introduce in the law, in the ordinance, if it will come. This is an important and urgent cabinet meeting which you are saying right now. Some other ordinance which may also come in this meet are the fugitive amendment, fugitive offenders bill. That is also an important bill which was about to come in the parliament, but because the last session of the parliament completely was washed out by some various demands of various political parties, and the next session is quite far after after the monsoon session will take some more time to come. In the meanwhile, the government would like to do some to show that they are taking some strong steps to bring the offenders back, and also the POSCO Act, which we have seen a lot of outrage, public outrage after the Unnao and Kathua gang rape, which was we have seen in the gang rape which happened in Kathua. After that, public outrage was very much high. The government now, I think, the government may propose this amendment through the The government may bring this ordinance now, and so that tougher imprisonment and sentences can be awarded to those who are doing sexual offences against minors.
Absolutely. So cabinet to meet on at the moment, and of course fugitive bill, as you mentioned, among other things, especially the POCSO Act is among the issues that are on agenda at the moment. Thank you so much, Ravindra, on those details there. We'll keep coming back to you for more on that story. On to some other news now. Petroleum Minister Dharmendra Pradhan has said that both the centre and the state governments have started making up their minds to bring petroleum products under the goods and services tax regime. Pradhan said this while sharing the centre's concerns over high prices of petroleum products. He said that rising international crude oil prices are a major reason for the spiralling course. He added that petroleum products have to be brought under the purview of the GST, but since this is the first year of the implementation of the GST, so the states are a little concerned and they are hesitant about their income.
अंतर्राष्ट्रीय बाजार में पिछले 4 साल की सबसे ऊंची छलांग सीरिया की गड़बड़ी के कारण, ईरान में पुनः अमेरिका की जो धमकी आई है सैंक्शन लगाना, ये सब के कारण एक अंतर्राष्ट्रीय बाजार में इस तेल की भाव में उछाल आई है। जीएसटी को आखिर पेट्रोलियम प्रोडक्ट के अंदर, जीएसटी के अंदर उसको लाना पड़ेगा। पहला साल जीएसटी का है, इसलिए राज्य थोड़ा तटस्थ है, कैसे आमदनी होगा, क्या होगा। भारत सरकार, राज्य सरकार धीरे धीरे उस दिशा में मन बनाना शुरू किए हैं। हम भी चिंतित हैं, उसको कैसे ग्राहकों को थोड़ा निजात दे, राहत दे।
In an unprecedented move, the Congress and 6 other opposition parties on Friday submitted a notice for the impeachment of Chief Justice of India, Deepak Mishra. The motion submitted to Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu was signed by 64 MPs of 7 opposition parties, and it accuses him of misbehaviour and misusing authority. Finance Minister Arun Jaitley reacted to the move, calling it a revenge petition.
The impeachment motion against Chief Justice of India, Deepak Mishra, was given final shape on Friday at a meeting in Parliament of opposition parties led by the Congress. The opposition parties met Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu and handed over a notice for the impeachment with signatures of 64 MPs of the upper house. The MPs belong to the Congress, the NCP and the CPIM and the CPI, the SP, the BSP and the Indian Union Muslim League.
We have sought his removal under Article 217, read with Article 124(4) of the Constitution of India.
Listing 5 accusations of misbehaviour against Justice Mishra, the Congress alleged that the independence of judiciary was being compromised and that the democracy was in peril. The opposition parties also demanded an investigation against the CJI.
Anyone occupying the office of the Chief Justice of India must be judged on the basis of the highest standards of integrity. The charges as stated suggest conduct unbecoming of a person holding the office of the Chief Justice of India.
Finance Minister and the leader of the opposition, Arun Jaitley, denounced the opposition's move in an article on Facebook. Jaitley said, and I quote, "The Congress party and its friends have started using impeachment as a political tool, to use the power as intimidatory tactics when neither you have a case of proven misconduct or the numbers on your side is a serious threat to the judicial independence. It is a revenge petition after the falsehood of the Congress party has been established in the Justice Loya death case." Unquote. Article 124(4) of the Constitution lays down the guidelines for impeachment of judges. A notice of motion by 100 MPs from the Lok Sabha or 50 MPs from the Rajya Sabha can be moved in either house. The chairman or speaker can accept or reject it. If in case the speaker or chairman decides to admit the motion, then a 3-member committee is constituted to investigate the charges. If the report of the committee is admitted, then both houses have to pass this motion by a 2/3 majority of the members present. The president then is approached for removal of the concerned judge.
The idea of impeachment was first proposed by the left front. The TMC and DMK initially favoured impeachment but did not sign the notice. Impeachment proceedings have been initiated against High Court judges in the past, but no judge has ever been removed from office. Reporting from Delhi with cameraperson Kavaljeet, I'm Kriti Mishra for Rajya Sabha Television.
On to some other news. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is back home after his 5-day foreign visit to Sweden, UK and Germany. He returned home earlier today and was received at the airport by External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj. Before returning home during his brief stopover in Prime Minister Modi said that he had a wonderful meeting with German Chancellor Angela Merkel and discussed multiple aspects relating to bilateral cooperation as well as other global issues. He said that the visit also demonstrates India's mutual desire to strengthen the strategic partnership. Prime Minister Modi's meeting with the Merkel comes after German President Frank-Walter Steinmeier's trip to India last month, which focused on boosting economic and strategic ties between the two countries. And earlier, Commonwealth countries unanimously agreed to take action on cybersecurity by 2020. In a landmark declaration at the end of the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting in London, the leaders of the bloc agreed to work closely to evaluate and strengthen their cybersecurity frameworks and response mechanisms. A release issued last night termed the declaration as the world's largest and most geographically diverse intergovernmental commitment on cybersecurity cooperation. It followed an announcement by the UK government pledging up to £15 million to help the Commonwealth nations strengthen their cybersecurity capabilities. It also aims to tackle criminal groups and hostile state actors who pose a global threat to security. The leaders also expressed a strong support for the multilateral trading system and adopted a 6-point connectivity agenda to boost trade and investment links across the Commonwealth. They also agreed on a bold and coordinated push to protect the oceans from the effects of climate change, pollution and overfishing. And External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj left for Beijing earlier today to take part in the meeting of the foreign ministers of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, or the SCO, that will be held on 24th of April. Sushma Swaraj is expected to meet her Chinese counterpart Wang Yi tomorrow to take forward attempts by both the countries to reset ties after last year's Doklam standoff. The other issues of concern to India include the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, China blocking India's entry into the NSG, or the Nuclear Suppliers Group, as well as its opposition to efforts to list Jaish-e-Mohammed chief Masood Azhar as a global terrorist by the UN. And apart from Sushma Swaraj, Defence Minister Nirmala Siddaramaiah will also be in China to take part in the SCO Defence Ministers meeting. The SCO meetings are a prelude to the summit of the 8-member group, and PM Narendra Modi is expected to take part in the SCO summit that will be held in the month of June. Time to take a very short break here. We'll be right back with more news. Stay tuned.
As on today, the inland fisheries contribute 65% of the fish production of the India. So we are one of the propagating the inland sectors, the productivity enhancement, which is we are looking with the state governments. We have categorized 100 Nutri-Fish Index. If you take this fish, then instead of taking the capsules for the micronutrient vitamins, and you can reduce that thing.
Watch Eureka with Dr. B.K. Das, Director ICAR, Central Inland Fisheries Research Institute, Kolkata, at Saturday 4 p.m. and Sunday 12 noon, only on Rajya Sabha Television.
Welcome back, and now let's get to all the action from poll-bound Karnataka. Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah is likely to take a final call today on contesting from Badami in North Karnataka as well, after discussing the issue with the Congress President Rahul Gandhi today. The Chief Minister, however, said that he is yet to discuss the matter with the party high command. However, he has filed his nomination from Chamundeshwari constituency in Mysuru on Friday. Remember, Siddaramaiah won from Varuna district in both 2008 and 2013 with significant margins. But this time around, his son will be contesting from Varuna.
Confirmed your full majority from Badami. There are speculation that
so far I have not yet discussed with the command.
And the BJP on Friday released its third list of 59 candidates for the upcoming Karnataka Assembly elections. The BJP has fielded Gopal Rao from Chamundeshwari against Siddaramaiah. The party changed its candidate from Kolar Goldfields and has given ticket to S. Ashwini. Now, with the announcement, the party has declared its nominees for 213 seats for the elections to the 224-member state assembly. The party had earlier released its first list of 72 candidates on 8th of April, followed by a second list of 82 candidates on 16th of April. And the Janata Dal Secular, the JDS, announced its second list of 56 candidates for Karnataka Assembly elections on Friday, and the party has fielded its state unit chief, H.D. Kumaraswamy, in a second constituency. He will also now be contesting from Channapatna constituency, apart from Ramanagara, which was announced in the first list. And in the second list, the party has also accommodated several aspirants from the BJP and the Congress who joined JDS after being denied tickets. JDS was, remember, the first to announce a list of 126 candidates in February itself, much before the poll dates were announced. The party, led by former Prime Minister H.D. Devagowda, is in alliance with the BSP. And Asaduddin Owaisi, led AIMIM, has also announced its decision to back the JDS. And here is a special report. Bengaluru and its surrounding districts have seen a huge rise in energy consumption. The peak daily load of a Bangalore city area has touched over 2,000 megawatts. And besides, the surrounding areas need an additional 3,000 megawatts for industrial use. Sustainability and environment friendly are the key concerns for the future. And in order to be able to do this, now the government is promoting huge investments in solar power generation. Amritanshu Rai brings us this report.
The Maharaja of Mysore for the first time started a hydroelectricity power plant in 1902, which is known as the Siva Samudram project. The power generated out of this project was used to extract gold from the Kolar minefields. And that time the installed capacity of that project was merely 42 megawatts. But times have changed. Now, Bangalore and its surrounding areas need much more energy than that. It is nearly 5,000 megawatts.
Today, there is a huge gap of demand and supply, which is resulting in the extreme pressure that this city is facing, not just in terms of transportation.
In order to do this, the Bangalore Electricity Supply Company was established in 2002, which continues to provide power services to 8 districts and nearly 2 crore population.
You know, the state required about 5,000 million units. It's about 2 decades earlier. Today, it's about 50,000 million units. And about 30% or 32% is the industrial consumption. Then another sector is the agriculture sector.
What is new and where I am standing is the new story in energy. This is the Pavagada solar fields. This is in Tumkur district and harvests the light of sun to give you environment-friendly, eco-friendly power. The installed capacity of Pavagada solar fields is 2,000 megawatts, but at the moment they have just touched 650 megawatts. That's the electricity that this solar field generates as of now.
2000 megawatt is the proposed installed capacity. 600 megawatt we have this, and that region has the higher radiation. So that means we have the electricity which is required by the industry during the daytime. You can use it without storing.
The need of solar power to bridge the gap between the conventional and the hydroelectricity power is the new way that Karnataka has taken. Last year, the solar power generation of Karnataka was just 250 megawatts. This year, it has tripled to nearly 880 megawatts. And why would you ask is the need for such huge amounts of energy? Bangalore and its surrounding areas are quickly becoming industrialized, and the industry needs more and more power. So does the new infrastructure project in Bangalore city. Amritanshu Rai, Tumkur for Rajya Sabha TV.
That was our special segment on Karnataka Assembly elections, and we'll take a very short break here. We'll be right back.
Art arisen from a multi-hued cultural canvas. Tradition and cultural fervour dating back centuries. And encircling them all, there's a magic that awes. Embrace your nation's brilliant human warmth. Watch Colours of India, Sundays at 9:30 p.m. on Rajya Sabha television.
Welcome back after the break. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu has said that a smart dispute resolution mechanism is needed to encourage foreign investment in the country. Speaking at the first national conference on online dispute resolution mechanism, the Vice President said that with the rapid development of the internet and electronic commerce, online dispute resolution is a logical and a natural step as it speeds up the process.
In order to ensure speedy resolution of commercial disputes and facilitate effective conduct of international and domestic disputes, it is necessary to adopt various dispute resolution mechanisms. This shall also encourage foreign investments, because now we have thrown open FDI is allowed everywhere. And also you have gone for a PPP model, public-private partnership also. You are also creating SPVs, special purpose vehicles, in the smart cities and other projects also.
And Prime Minister Narendra Modi will confer awards for excellence in public administration later in the day today. These awards have been instituted with a view to recognize the extraordinary and innovative work done by districts and organizations of the central and the state governments for the welfare of common citizens. Now, 4 priority programs, the Pradhan Fasal Bima Yojana, promoting digital payments, Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, urban and rural, and the Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gramin Kaushalya Yojana have been chosen for the awards. Prime Minister Modi will also address the civil servants on the occasion. He will also release 2 books at the end of the 2-day event being held in New Delhi. The event was inaugurated by the Vice President on Friday. And President Ramnath Kovind has greeted civil servants on the occasion. In a Twitter message, he said that he was confident that hard-working and independent civil servants will rededicate themselves to India's development. On to our top international story. In a major announcement, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has said that he will suspend all missile tests and shut down a nuclear test site with immediate effect. The Korean Central News Agency reported, quoting their leader, that nuclear tests and the launches of the intercontinental ballistic missiles will be halted as the regime no longer needs them, adding that the decision is aimed at pursuing economic growth and peace on the Korean peninsula. Meanwhile, after the announcement, US President Donald Trump has tweeted, "This is very good news for North Korea and the world. Big progress." A spokesperson for the South Korean president also called the North's move as a meaningful progress. Remember, these developments come ahead of Kim Jong-un meeting with his South Korean counterpart Moon Jae-in next week. The North Korean leader is also expected to hold an unprecedented summit with US President Donald Trump by June this year. And that's it in this edition of news. Thanks for watching.